Hey guys, welcome back. I'm David and we're here in my shop where I make Ewor guitars. This is going to be episode number 4 of the Ewor Customs Great Guitar Giveaway. If you don't know what that is, I'll put the playlist up top here and you can watch the previous videos. But what I'm going to do is I'm building this guitar in this series. Right now I'm actually building 2 of them. You can see I got another one sitting right down there. I'm building 2 while I'm doing 1. But at the end of this video series, I'm going to give this guitar away. And it's really cool. And the basis of the contest is I need help naming this guitar. I have no idea what to call it. I'm not very good at naming guitars. I think it's going to be really super cool. It's a semi-hollow body. I got these cool little horn-shaped F-holes going on. And I think it kind of looks like a Viking axe or something. So anyway, you help me pick a name for this thing. You put the name in the comments. And I will enter you into the drawing. I've gotten a lot of awesome names. I've got a lot of great comments too from folks that have been following along. And it's been a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I love making guitars, and if I can make somebody happy by giving them one of these guitars, it'll make it even better for me. So anyway, in this video, I'm making the, you can see where I'll be milling up the necks. And so I've gone through the wood selection for the necks, glued everything up, decided how I was going to do it, I milled it, joined it, planed it, and I've glued them up into these 2 beautiful neck blanks right here. And that's what this video is going to be about. So anyway, if you haven't entered the contest yet, I encourage you to do it. There's a free guitar in it for you, maybe. And tell your friends about it too. Let them jump in and see if they can name it too and possibly win a guitar. It's been a lot of fun, and stick around and watch a video. I'm going to start milling up these parts, and we're going to turn them into a couple of neck blanks. So thanks. This is Christmas week 2020, and I just want to say this is Sunday before Christmas. I want to say Merry Christmas to all you folks out there, and Happy Holidays. If you don't do the Christmas thing, Happy Holidays to you, and I hope you all have a nice week. And anyway, let's go to the video and let's see how we're doing. So I have been starting to mill up my wood for the neck in the giveaway guitar, the nameless giveaway guitar, which as you can see here, I've got the templates made for it. So I'm beginning to work on the neck, and it's going to be a multi-laminate neck. And as always with these things, I sit there and I wrestle with it, like the combination of woods and how to lay them out, how to get the stripes going through there. I want something to look cool. I want to try something with a really thin veneer, maybe on either side of a different colored piece of wood. Let me show you the different woods I got here. I've got, let me see if I get this camera lined up right. Some of these I just bought new. Some of them are pieces I've had laying around. I've got, so all the different wood I've got. Yesterday I just bought this really cool looking piece of leopard wood, which is just, I think, beautiful. I've already ripped it down to width, and you know, that's a little under 1 inch thick, and it's about 1.5 inches tall. I'll cut it down some more, and I think that's going to be a stripe down the middle of my neck. I'm probably going to build 2 necks since I got all this wood here. But anyway, that's really cool, so I've got to incorporate that. I've got a couple of really nice pieces of Honduran mahogany I'm going to put in a neck. I've got some other mahogany. I've got some African mahogany and some genuine Honduran mahogany. Of course, I've got my piece of flame maple. I'm going to make, you know, do some ribs and make part of the necks out of it. And I've got some of this really cool wenge. I got some nice purple heart. I'm trying to think of the right combination to go together to make these happen. I've also got some walnut, which is real pretty wood too. These are all cut-offs from past guitars I've done. And so anyway, so I'm going to try to figure out a great combination to go. So here's a piece I ripped down real thin. This is a piece of walnut. which I'm probably going to do. Anyway, so I'm trying to come up with some different color schemes and everything to go together into this. And anyway, but you'll see me in this video milling this stuff up and trying to figure out a nice combination. And like I said, I'm probably going to build 2 next while I'm at it. So anyway, stick around. Let's get working.
Okay, so I decided to make one of them out of flame maple and wenge. And here I'm milling up the pieces of flame maple. Now whenever I build necks, I try to orient the grain vertically through the thickness of the neck itself. So that was a flat sawn piece of flame maple. So I rip it down to about 1 3/8 wide, and then I turn the pieces up on edge. That's a piece of 4/4. So I'll laminate several of those together with the wenge to come up with my neck, and then all the wood in the neck will wind up being oriented in a vertical grain fashion. So here I'm just cutting the pieces, planing them down, joining them, getting them flat and straight and square. And I'm doing that. Now here I'm taking the wenge and I'm ripping it as thin as I can. I'm resawing it as thin as I possibly can. I'm probably resawing it a little around 1/8 of an inch thick. Then I'm going to join it down thinner. I'd like to get down to a piece of veneer, which I found out during this is very hard to do. You know, you get down to a 1/16 and that's okay. You get thinner than that, it starts getting sort of difficult. So anyway, but I'm doing my best here, so I'm gluing those 1/8 inch thick pieces to a nice flat straight piece of mahogany I have, and I'm going to use that to hold it as I'm joining.
Okay, I'm going to try that again. That didn't work out well the first time. I think the problem was I stuck it to the back side of this, and as you can see, my board, the one I'm trying to join off, is wider than the other one, and when it got really thin, it actually bent that little edge up and kind of threw it off, so I was getting a weird taper on the thing. So I went ahead and ripped myself a couple more of these. Now I'm going to stick 2 of these together, join the edge of them, make sure they're real true with each other. Then I'll have something wide enough. To hold my board that I'm going to try to plane down to a veneer.
So here I'm sticking the 2 pieces together. I'll take them over to my joiner and run the faces of them to make sure they're as flat as I could get it. And I'm sticking down the piece of wenge. Never did get it as thin as I wanted to. I'll have to keep working on that, but I did wind up getting the pieces of wenge down to about a 1/16, which in the end it looked really good in the neck, but veneer is hard to do. Maybe next time I'll have to try to buy some or figure out how to make this stuff thinner.
Okay, so I've got all my pieces milled up. As you can see, I've got flame maple, wenge, another flame maple, wenge, flame maple, wenge. So it's 7-piece top, or 7-piece neck rather. They're all milled to they're a little different, but around 1 3/8 tall that way. I'm going to end up 1 1 1/4. And you can see I've got X's on the end here because I want to line up all these pieces of curly maple, how they came out of the wood in the first place. So hopefully my little flames will line up basically across the top. So anyway, so I'm ready to glue it up. I got my little slab of granite right here, which is super duper flat. And I'm gonna do it like this here. Got all my clamps ready, got my tight bond ready. I ran everything through the surface sander before this, for one, to get the thickness all correct and true and everything. And then also I like to put some sanding marks in it because I believe that gives a little something extra for the glue to grab to. So I had them jointed first. That leaves the surface so slick. I could be wrong, but I feel like having that abraded surface in there it's going to allow everything to stick together a little bit better. I do it on top of this piece of granite because it's a super flat surface. And I know it's going to stay consistent. I had a friend of mine cut it for me. I think it's 6 inches by 36 inches long. And it just works well for gluing up stuff you want to keep flat. I always use Tight Bond 3. A lot of guys use the original Tight Bond. I don't know if there's really any difference. I started using this stuff and I'll just stick to it. Seems to work for me.
So I'm just spreading my glue out there, and I try not to get too much, too little. Just laying each piece in there. Now I'm laying it, I lay it flat like this. What I do is I glue it horizontally. Oh, see, I got too much glue there, so I put it on the next piece. I lay the pieces horizontal like that, so basically the back side of each one is touching the granite. And I start on one end and I put my clamps on. From one end I work my way down. Once I get it just held in place with those clamps, then I lay a piece of wax paper on top and a block of wood, and I clamp it then down to the piece of granite itself. So that holds it very flat. You can see here I'm clamping it down to the granite end of my bench on each end, and that holds it really flat. This works out really well for me. Needed a longer clamp there. Of course, I'll let this dry overnight too.
Hey, so I've got the necks out of the two neck blanks I was making. I got them out of my clamps and I planed them up a little bit, and I actually stuck them in the hot box for a day, and I got to go back in. But before I started on the bodies, I just wanted to show you all. I don't know if you could see that flaming in there, but it really turned out looking cool. Can you see that? I think it's really going to be a cool looking one. This is the curly maple or flame maple in the Wenge. I think it really came out nice. It's 1.25 inches thick. This one's about 3 inches wide, and I don't know, 32 inches long or something. I'm going to have to put a couple wings on it for the headstock. But I've got some more curly maple for that. I just want to show you before. I'm going to put it back in the hot box for a couple more days. And here's the other one I made too. And while I was at it, I made this one as well. And this has got, I don't know if you can see that, it's got leopard wood in the middle here, right up the center thing, and I got 2 stripes of Purple Heart on either side, and then I got the Honduran mahogany. Really cool looking wood. That leopard wood is great stuff. I think it messed with my sinuses a little bit when I was working with it. I need to learn to use a dust mask. But anyway, so that one's ready too. So both these are going back in the hot box, and I'm gonna start on the 2 bodies now too. So it's easier to build 2 guitars at one time since I've got only set up one time, so I'm making 2. But anyway, so stick around and we'll start on the bodies. Well, thanks for watching, folks. I really appreciate it. That's the necks. They're ready to go. Next time I start working on them, we're going to be doing the scarf joint and getting into all that. The next video is going to be me putting together, chambering up the bodies and getting the tops glued on and all that, and cutting my horn-shaped F-hulls too. So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you dig this sort of thing, give me a like and subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends about the contest. And if you haven't entered a name yet, you should. Easy way to win a guitar. Anyway, you all have a great week, and we'll talk to you all on the next one. I'll be dropping another video on Thursday.